Some AI predictions for 2026. A lot's obviously going on and has gone on and is going to go on. And I've become quite interested in obviously what's going on, but really what's coming. And I wanted to just talk about a few things today. But first of all, my name's Toddy. I've been making daily videos, launching my company, Nonconformity Company, where we're trying to launch as many startups as possible and use things like AI tools, automation, piece rate outsourcing, and all the latest tools to keep ahead, but then use different business models or combinations of those with the motive models and the money models to try and educate people easily of all the options that there are out there. And it's moving at a rapid rate. I think 2026 in general is going to be the year when we see a lot of mass adoption across corporations and businesses. The word on the street is a lot of corporations now and businesses, companies, they're not looking to hire. They're not looking to hire. So I think a lot of people coming out of universities and a lot of people in college, I mean, let's just face it, even the traditional schooling model as we know it is now obsolete because of AI. It is. And if you haven't seen that yet, then you're not as clued up as you could be, because it's done for. Let alone the music industry, Hollywood movies, that could potentially all disappear in the years to come. But yeah, I think we're going to see next year in 2026 the year of real adoption of the power of AI across businesses. And these companies, the word on the street is that they're not looking to hire now. They're looking to consolidate, not necessarily lay off, because they don't want to just come in, a lot of companies, and go, right, we're laying off all of these people. I mean, some people will. Amazon are set to lay off 600,000 factory workers because of robotics and AI combined. So it's not just AI, it's robotics. And then you've got those two combined that will just essentially run the factories. So this automation, AI and robotics, slowly creeping into all of these industries. A lot of companies are obviously now aware of this. It's become a real thing. This past year or two has just really been about, oh, this new thing is on the scene. I think if people next year have just thought, oh, this is a fad, or this is just some cool new tool that you can use to ask questions, think again. It's going to really start impacting lives, I believe, next year. And there's good and bad to this, and I want to go into the two of them, and also link it with what I'm doing and how I would see a good way to go about doing business and marketing your businesses going forward using AI, but in different ways, by not getting too sucked into the AI. Because I think this is one of my other big predictions, because I've just read a report that 21% now of YouTube short videos are AI slop, I think they call it, which means they're videos completely generated by AI to play the algorithm, to play the attention span, to play the topics. And I've seen these and I'm aware of these. The report I saw, somebody just started a new account and they analyzed the first 500 random videos that YouTube served them, and 21% are just completely AI generated. So that's only growing, because obviously it was zero before AI. Just having a cup of tea in my mobile office here in the mountains in France. So there's good and bad to that. Obviously, I've noticed it because I've been doing these daily videos now since the 1st of June, and I go on to the shorts because I'm going to be launching 3 channels, and I'm just going to focus on the shorts to start with. And I'm noticing a lot more of this AI stuff. It's very, very, it's good because it does draw you in, but it's, you can tell, you can really start to tell. And I think a lot of people, there's some that you probably can't tell, because it is getting that good and it's only getting better. But I do think that the doom scrolling of all of these random stories and things, people will start to get a bit tired of, and they will start to crave more authentic content. They'll start to crave the actual real stuff. And maybe then the algorithm starts to pivot towards that and starts to actually reward the more authentic stuff. It might start to go against the AI stuff. We don't know, but I just think people will actually start to be able to tell more and more what's coming from a real person or and what's just been augmented with AI and the tools that go with that. So I'm going to use that in my business. We're going to have 3 channels. We're going to have the non-conformity company channel, the Life Master channel, and the AI Employee University channel. And I'm going to have like 3 themes running through each one of those channels and then like number them. So for example, on the AI Employee University, I'll have AI predictions as one playlist, AI tools as one, and AI employees as another. And then each video will be like AI prediction number 1, AI prediction number 2, 3, AI tool 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they'll be in a playlist so people can then see those, and it will be me. But what I'm going to do is start to use I'll be using the AI tools and the automation to trim and edit these videos and put them onto different platforms. But I want the content, I want to go from the off to just more authentic. So I'm going to do things like hand sketching and make it, or I've pre-sketched some diagrams that I just flick through on actual paper. So it'll be like using the tools, but with using these authentic things. And I think that's going to be a really good thing to go with as time goes on, because people are going to get bored of these like lovely animated, fast moving, very addictive scrolling images. And I do think there's going to be a lot of more fake kind of news. AI is going to be used in a lot of like bad ways to like frame people or put out, things that will go viral about people or videos that people have done and they're not even real, but they'd have already gone like mainstream and they're not even real. So it's going to be the year of like people are going to be questioning like what is actually real and what's AI, what's fake, because the line and the blur in between is going to become very, very thin. So that is going to be interesting, especially if you're in the limelight. I don't want to be in the limelight, but I want to grow a business. So without spending loads on ads, you've got to grow some channels. And I've done this channel just as a way for me to find my voice and reason out what this company's about and try and get better at communicating and making videos. But I just make them in a simple way. I don't even edit them. I don't review them. I rarely review them. I rarely edit them, actually. Occasionally, I might edit a snippet here and there, but I'm just not into like doing that. But for the shorts, we'll use some AI tools to edit. We'll use some AI tools and automations to trim them and save them on our hard drive, send them to the different platforms we want. Maybe for a personal reason, I want to then automate changing them to a different language and then sending them back to my Life Master template to review in a different language so I can learn a language. So I'll be using it, but I think I'm going to go with like real authentic stuff, or maybe just, and also just me talking. I think people are going to get more savvy. There's going to be a lot of confusion, but that will lead to people becoming savvier with what's going on, and maybe even the algorithms going, this AI, we've had enough of it, because what's real and what's not. So 1 in 5 videos are just completely AI generated, and these people are getting billions of views and earning millions of dollars. I mean, I consider doing it, but I don't want to do businesses that are just cold hard cash. But we'll certainly experiment with some of that. But I think from a place of the things that we're doing and the lessons and the authenticity of what we are wanting to talk about. So yeah, AI predictions. I think the main theme as well for 2026, there's going to be loads of good and loads of bad. I think the bad is a lot of opportunities and job opportunities that they're just not going to be there anymore, because corporations next year are going to fully shift into gear and saying, right, how can we bring in AI to start replacing or doing the job of employees? And this is a good thing, this could lead to then employers going, well, why don't we just let the employees work for 6 hours a day? I don't think, companies like Amazon and stuff, they're not going to do things like that, because they just focus purely on the profit. They just want to earn as much as possible. And many of the companies do want to do that. But I think there are going to be rooms for organizations to go, hey, why don't we keep the same workforce? We'll keep them happier and give them like maybe a few more hours off a week, a half a day off a week, a day off a week, or maybe a half a day off and then half a day to come up with to just to do what they want, like new projects. Google do that. They're famous for doing that, letting their employees work on new projects. I think they give them half a day a week to just work on new projects, and lots of their big products have been born out of that. And it's the same with me. When I give myself free time to do nothing, the creativity begins. It's when you're on the treadmill of doing all the work. There's not much room for that new stuff to come in, is there? So it would be nice if, yes, some organizations were not just purely profit driven and they wanted to look after their people. They could be like, okay, let's put a pause. Let's see now how we can bring in this AI to make everybody's lives easier, give them a bit more breathing room, give them a bit of a co-pilot alongside the work. Let's take out all of the mundane. Let's take out all of the algorithmic repetitive tasks that we can do. And yeah, let's automate what we can, basically, but still have those humans there. But I think, you know, the people coming out of university or even going into university now and doing degrees, or people coming out of school, there's just a lot of the jobs, they're just not going to exist. They're either not going to exist anymore, or there's just going to be there's just going to be far too many applicants to the roles. There's going to be less roles and less roles for those. Which is why one of our main message is to like start a load of your own businesses in what you're into, build a community, touching on your passions, do things that change the world, do things that help you along, and make money in the process. And you know, we want to use AI. We don't want to get used by it, but it can help in many ways, many ways. And yeah, like AI Employee University, we're going to have AI predictions, AI tools, and AI employees, and then just do those shorts. And then we might use AI to like copy them and re-edit them and into their way, and then repost those, but only after we've kind of authentically done it. And also then AI can ping them off to other platforms, make them the right length, trim them into different viral clips, different lengths, and analyze them, and then score them on their virality, and then you can then republish them. So there's so much in there that it can help you do. But I just think people are going to start, whether it's next year or the year after, they're going to start to really crave that authenticity, which is apparently a theme anyway with just this style of making videos, grandfather vlogging, where, you know, there's no flashy stuff, there's no editing, it's just somebody actually talking real, for real. So yeah, it's quite a lengthy video. I'll try and keep them short. But I think there's going to be a lot of good now with this AI. A lot of people are going to see there's going to be a lot of good in medical care and being seen to more quickly, and the prescription model, and getting your medication a lot quicker, or being diagnosed with photos. You know, you could send in something that's wrong with your skin and that could be diagnosed instantly, and then a prescription sorted, largely without doctors. So it's going to be very interesting to see that. There should be a lot of more cures, a lot more advances in the healthcare industry, and even some diseases cured, apparently, you know, will come because of the AI. If you think about it, is this massive brain, and everybody that types in something into these engines, it's feeding the AI engine, so it's getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and it's working out all of these things. And there's some other independent engines that I've been testing and using as well, that you can just type in a theme that you want and it will write a book for you. They've also updated that now, so it will come out with a mind map summary of that book. Then it will turn it into its own audio, and then you can also have it as a podcast, and also change it into different languages, and it's all for free. And it's based on all of the books ever, and all of the medical journals, and all of the data that's ever been done. So you can type it in and it will make a book for you, your own book. And this is why the school system is largely obsolete, because it's so out of date, and they're never going to get up to date. They're never going to get up to date. And, you know, students now can just craft their own curriculum. Yeah, learn the basics, the maths, the additions, ABC, 1, 2, 3s. But just so much of what is taught in schools and universities is just garbage. It's obsolete. And it's also the way that they teach it, the way that they teach French. It's just in the left brain logical side. They've not blended it with the right side, with the actual doing of it and how the brain works. It's all just left brain. Go and learn 10 words. Go and learn another 10 words. That's not how to learn a language. And yeah, it might give you a little few words, but you can do it far quicker, especially with AI, especially with a lot of the translation tools and videos and audio now. Like, just think about it. All these videos I can make every day, I can have them translated to me, and I've already done it. I've had them translated, so it's me talking like this back to me in French, in Spanish, with the subtitles, so I can just rewatch my video in French with the English captions. So I'm going to pretty much try and learn, become fluent in French this year by doing that and anything else that I can match together with these tools or AI translation softwares that exist out there now. And they're only getting better as well. Only more features are coming out every day. So yeah, I just think just to conclude, there's going to be loads of good and loads of bad. So it just depends on which side you want to put yourself on it. And you've got to be honest with yourself where you're at now and where you're going. Even if you think your career is like super safe, like it might be for a while, but it might be that half the team's cut over the next few years. So if you can try and project, it's hard to, but if you can, I'm trying to make these videos to help people kind of look forward. And if you don't feel secure about where you're going, then I think it's time to take action and you join on board with us and start making little businesses test quick and start generating money and then investing that money in diversified assets. So you're in control of your income, you're in control of your future. All right.